Plan B? Plan B? Do you have a plan B? Did someone ever ask you that? Well, in today's episode, I will share with you when my friends almost asked me if I have a plan B. More about that right after the intro. Welcome to the Day One Journey, episode 128. Chi-ching. Yeah, well, do you remember last episode I shared with you my frustrating conversations I had with my friends? They were asking me when I will figure out if it's working or not, whatever I was doing. They were speaking about the projects I'm doing. One of them is talking to you right now, the Day One Journey. So I had this frustrating conversation with them, and I found myself just explaining myself. Too much, wasting energy. As I already shared with you in the no routine, I don't want to explain myself. However, in these specific situations, these were my close friends. They were worried about me. I don't want them to be worried about me. That's why I was explaining myself. But still, it felt as if I'm in a loop. I was explaining them what I'm trying to do and what is the why, my why. Some of them even said that they don't think the why matters. They just want to know, and then they repeated the question, when I will realize if it's working or not. But remember, this is the self-discipline series, the power of why. This is what I was trying to explain them, but they weren't really asking that. But this is what they were missing, my why. The third level of self-discipline. And I remind you, the power of why, it is about your why. It's not about their why. Think about this is your why. It's not your friend's business to understand what is your why. And it's deep. It goes deep within you. It is your why. It's not of their business. But you remember the first two levels. The first level of self-discipline was the ability to make a decision, to decide to go after what you want the most over what you may want right now. The second level was the level of commitment, being committed, being consistent to that specific decision. And the third level, which is what we're talking today and the last episodes, the power of why, tapping into that third level and getting that boost of energy, understanding and reminding ourselves every day why we do what we do. So I had these frustrating conversations with them. They were asking me, when will you realize if it's working or not? And they didn't really want to know the why. They didn't really want to know the why, but that was the basic, that was what they were missing. Afterwards, when I thought about these frustrating conversations, I realized they were asking what they were really asking. What's your plan B? This is what they were really asking. I figured this out afterwards because when I told them that I don't have plan B, when I told them that, they started realizing where I'm at, what's my state of mind. But let me share with you why I don't have plan B. It might be harsh, but this is still my opinion. This is only my opinion. You might relate and you might not relate, but it might be a little bit harsh, but I'm just sharing with you my opinion. I don't have plan B. For me, if you have plan B, plan A never works. It just never works. For me, plan B is a distraction. I'm already in the battlefield. My hands are already dirty. They are already dirty. I'm already there. For me, thinking about a plan B, about something else, it's just a distraction. And more than that, for me, and again, this is still my opinion. You might not agree with me. I might seem a little bit harsh here, but this is still my opinion. For me, in most cases, plan B is an excuse, not putting yourself all in to what you really want, to what you want the most, not pushing yourself, not putting the energy you know you have, not putting the effort you know you have, that you can put. For me, plan B is an excuse, is a distraction. I'm already there, I'm already in the battlefield. I adjust the plan, I'm already there. I feel as though my friends think sometimes that I'm just sitting there at home and just only strategizing, making the plan, sitting there comfortable with the air condition, with the heating, whatever it is, and just figuring things out. No, I'm already in the battlefield. I'm already doing what I want to do. I wake up 4:30 in the morning every morning. I'm doing these videos, for example, every day. I'm already doing it. I'm adjusting. Then when I have these frustrating conversation with them, they try to give me a perspective of like, but you know, things change. If you have this plan, it might change. I want to say to them, and I want to say to you and share with you, I know things change. I'm already in the battlefield. I'm adjusting. I'm putting these videos on YouTube. YouTube changes its algorithm. Instagram changes the algorithm. I'm doing other things. I'm adjusting. I'm putting plan A and then I adjust it. You can call it plan 8.1, plan 8.2, but it's one plan. And you know what? I make it even more simple than that. People, it's a game of definitions. You might say you have plan B, it's important to have plan B. It's a game of definitions. So let's do it simple than that. I want to share that with you and also with them. I have one plan. It is my life plan. It is one plan. I have one life and one plan. I don't have another plan for my life. I have just one plan, and I'm going all in. For me, it's they would tell me, it's like they would tell me you are sacrificing. You do. For me, it's not a sacrifice. I have one life. I'm putting all in. Pretty simple, and already there. I'm pushing through. And also, as I share with you, my deepest why, my first deepest why is to see how far I can go. I have one life plan and I'm following through. One life plan and I'm following through. This is what I'm doing. I don't have plan B. For me, it's a distraction. I'm going for what I'm going. Don't adjust the goal, adjust the means. And I don't want to have escape routes. Think about a baby. Think about, people say babies learn language better than adults. I don't think so. Just babies don't have an escape route. Yes, they don't have an escape route. Think about a baby. You are a baby. Everyone is talking around you. You want to communicate. The first things that you can do is just cry. So you cry, but you want to communicate. You don't have an escape route. I don't create, for me, escape routes. For me, plan B is an escape route. I have one plan. You can call it plan A. I call it my life plan. It's just one life, and I'm going forward. I'm adjusting. I'm already there executing. I don't sit there 90% of the time planning, dwelling, pondering, strategizing. I do it 10%, and then I'm executing. Right now I am executing. This is what I'm doing. My hands are already dirty. I'm there adjusting the plan as I'm going. This is my message to you. Be true to yourself. Go all in on what you really want. Don't put yourself excuses on the side. But let's go back to my friends. I had this conversation with them, and they were still asking me, when will you realize it's not working? A few days afterwards, I realized they had an assumption there. They had an assumption. I'll tell you about this assumption in the next episode, because that will go pretty deep. But you can think about it. They ask me when you will figure out it is working or not. What's the assumption there? pretty deep. It took me a few good days to think about what I was missing there. What was the assumption? More about that in the next episode. Back to you. Back to you. Plan B. Think about plan B. Think about an area in your life, a thing that you want in your life that you have a plan B for. I want you to raise the level of self-awareness. Just raise the level of self-awareness and have this honest conversation with yourself. Ask yourself this question. Is that plan B an excuse for you? Is that plan B an excuse for you? Or is it really a good plan for something else that you do really want? Raise the level of self-awareness. Is it an excuse? Is it an escape route, this plan B? Or is it something that you really want, another good option? Raise the level of self-awareness and consider if it is an excuse, if it is an escape route, consider going all in on what you really want. Yes, going all in on your life plan. Consider this, be true to yourself, because at the end of your life, the only person you need to give answers to is the person you look in the mirror every morning. Yourself. You better be true to him or her. This is my message for you for the day. Raise the level of self-awareness. Have this honest conversation with yourself. And of course, have an amazing day one. See you tomorrow.